Good afternoon. I'm sorry I'm moving the camera a little bit. Bear with me. Tuesdays are always going to be chaotic for a while because with my lives, because I participate and I'm doing a event with Stampin' Up every Tuesday at 11, and it ends and then I jump right on here. So just bear with me while I get everything set up, and then we will get started. Okay, so today is Coffee and Cards, which we do every Tuesday. Hi, Katie. So every Tuesday I go live, usually at noon. Sometimes I'm a minute or two late. And then, because of the Stampin' Up thing. But anyways, sorry. I'm just trying to make sure you can see all 4 projects. There we go. I'm getting them up there. Okay. So, these are our 4 projects we're going to be creating today. 3 cards and a 3D box. We're going to be using the Sending Cheer bundle. This is it. So, it comes stamp set and dies. And then we are going to be using I think it's called, yeah. So, I'm using the Shining Christmas Designer Series paper. This was a special release and it's no longer available. But, you can use any Christmas paper. I had already planned out my projects and had them made. Okay, so we are going to get started. We're going to start with our first card. I'm sorry, you have to bear with me because I don't have anything set up. Okay, so let me grab a couple blocks and just do this one card at a time, and this live might be a little bit longer than normal. Okay, so when you order from me, so in order to get this class, you need to place a $30 order sometime between today and the code. And also the seasonal sale is going on right now, so you could place an order from the seasonal sale and get these. Okay. So when you order your $30, then I send you the kits to create these projects. You get 2 for each. You get everything you need to create this card but for both cards would be in your package, okay? And then you're going to get envelopes envelopes also, so that'll be so you can you'll get the envelopes to put your cards in. Let me grab a seal. Okay, so this is a piece of crumb cake, and I embossed it. I know you can't see it really well, but I embossed this. This is from the basic 3D embossing folders. The crosshatch. It's my favorite embossing folder. I use it all the time for everything. Okay. So when you order and you get the kits, you also get a printed project sheet that shows you the measurements for each card. Okay. So you'll get a printed project sheet, and you get sorry. I'm just pulling out my inks. So you get your printed project sheet, and you get the kits, okay? Yeah, I love this stamp set too, Katie. Okay, so we're doing Sending Cheer. I'm just going to stamp it down at the bottom. I'm using real red ink. And then I'm going to grab these are the little holly berries, and let me grab the leaves. Okay, so I'm using Mossy Meadow, and I chose these colors because they coordinate with the Designer Series paper, so you can always change them. I'm going to flip this and do it again because I messed that up. Okay, so I'm going to do my leaves. my little holly berries. I'm going to bring my greeting in again, because I rocked that one and got it. So then we're using pecan pie for our gingerbread. Okay, so I'm just stamping him. And then I'm going to bring in my real red again, and the 3 little hearts. Try to line that up, as it doesn't have to be perfect. And then I'm going to use my Memento black ink for his face. Okay, and then close that one. Okay, so I am just going to add my adhesive. And this is a flat card. You could make it you could pop this piece up and give it more dimension. Okay, and there is our first card made using our Sending Cheer bundle. Okay, so next up is this card. I love this card. It is one of my favorites. I'm doing my Christmas cards over Thanksgiving, and I'm so excited because I am using all the cards that I've created so far. I'll be using to send out to all my customers, all my family, and I have a huge family. I come from a family, there's 8 of us, 8 children, and my mom was one of 7, and my dad was one of, this paper is from the Walk in the Wild. Okay, so now we're going to do some die cutting and some stamping. Let me see, I need the stocking. We're going to stamp this in cherry cobbler. Okay. Oh, let me grab my foam mat. With the photopolymer stamp sets, it's sometimes, this is just a Stamparatus foam mat that we used to carry, and I keep it to have, see how much difference that makes. Okay, and then we are going to pull in I'm going to pull in my hexagon, and I just want like half of it. Okay, and I'm going to stamp. Let me grab a baby wipe. My chamois is dried up, so I gotta wet it again. But we're good. So we have Sending Cheer. I just want to make sure I have enough ink on this. Okay. And then we are going to do a little bit of die cutting. Just let me move those inks out of the way so I don't get it all over our project. Okay. So we have our big shot, or cut and emboss. We're going to do, okay. So I need the stocking. Let me grab the dies. Okay, so we are going to be using the stocking die, and then we need the top of the stocking, and then I'm going to do a red heart. Okay, so what I'm going to do is grab a Post-it note, because when I line up my stocking, I want to line up the foot of the stocking. And then the top and the heart, you can just, they don't have to do, they can move. Okay, so there's that. Okay, so we'll save our Post-it. This is our stocking. There's our heart. And our topper, and then we need a, oh, I know, let's get a piece of cherry cobbler. I'm going to show you how I did this real quick. Okay, So you'll need your trimmer. And you're going to need a piece of paper. I'm just using a full sheet and cutting it down. So you're going to need cut this at 2 1/4. Okay. Just like that. And then, I want this to be about 4 inches. So I'm going to cut 4 inches. Okay. So now, I'm going to show you how I got that shape. I fed this down in, I think it's 2 inches I need. Sorry. Okay, so we're going to slide this down inside our hexagon punch, and we're just going to center it and punch, and that's going to give us that edge. Okay, and then we're going to bring our trimmer in, or cut emboss, I mean, in, and I need my embossing folder. Okay, we're going to emboss this really quick, and then we'll get our card put together. Okay. Okay, so here's our card base, and I'm going to take my piece I just embossed, and I am going to attach, this is our original, so I'm going to attach it clear out to the Mossy Meadow piece, and then I'm going to bring in my dimensionals, and I'm going to add dimensionals to my stocking. Okay, just like that. And then I'm going to add dimensionals to this, the top of the stocking that I punched out or cut out with the dies. Okay, then we're going to add our sending cheer. And then I'm going to add my heart right there. Okay, so that's card number 2. Okay, let's move on to card number 3. This is our final card. Okay, we need our card kit for it. Awesome. Okay, so we're going to fold our card base. Here's our bone folder. And then we have, this is just a cherry cobbler card front. Okay, so then I'm going to set this up here. Okay, so I'm going to close a couple inks real quick, bear with me. I need that and that. And we're done with this one. Okay, so we're going to bring in some dies. Bring in my... Okay, so we're going to grab our platform. Okay. Okay, so we're going to need... We're gonna do the present. Let me see. Yeah, on this piece. And then I'm gonna use the big piece on this. Okay. And I'm gonna run those through real quick. Okay. Okay, so we have that one, and then we have this one, and then I'm going to do this one, and then we need a white bow, and then I'll run it through and get 2 red bows, 2 cherry cobbler bows, okay? Just bear with me while I get this done. Okay. Okay. Oh, I dropped my top plate. Okay. Now we're making progress. Okay. Now. Okay, so I punched out I cut 2 of these at the same time. Yeah, they came out good. Perfect. Okay, let's bring all of our pieces and stuff over here. This is our card front that we're going to use. Okay. What did I do with my... Oh, they're here. I was like, what did I do with those? Okay, now we're good. So I'm going to bring in my paper snips. Let's do our greeting first. So we have cherry cobbler, and we need our scenting cheer, and then we need mossy meadow. So for mossy meadow, I'm doing the leaves. Sorry. So we have the leaves. And we'll do cherry cobbler for our 3 circles, and then we'll do sending cheer. Okay. I'm just closing these up, get them out of the way for a few minutes. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to cut off the bow, and I'm going to attach the white bow. Okay. Okay. And that will be that present. And for this one, I'm just going to snip off that and just have just the bow. Okay. On the top here. And this one I'm going to put a piece on. And so for this one, I'm just cutting off a chunk of it because I want it to be... Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to put this present down, then this one, and then this one. And I'm going to come back and put the red bow on this present, and then put everything together, and that will finish out our third card. Okay, so now let's start with our box. So this is going to be our box. Okay, let me pull up my directions for the box. Okay, so for our box, let me close this. Okay, now we have room to work. Okay, so for our box, you're going to need a piece of a half a sheet of cardstock. It's 5.5 by 8.5. This is our 8.5 side, so we're going to open up our arm and we're going to score it at half. And then I like to turn it. Then we have 3 3/4, 4.5, and 7 3/4. Then on our 5.5 side, we're going to do 3/4. Then we're going to turn it and do 4 and 4 3/4. Okay, so that's our measurement. Let me. So we're going to use our bone folder, and this is the project we're making. Okay, just a cute little box, and I'm just folding on all my score lines and burnishing with my bone folder. Okay, and then we'll do a little bit of putting together. Tomorrow I'll be doing a Fun Fold Wednesday, and it will be using the same bundle. Okay, all this week my projects will be using the Sending Cheer bundle. Okay, so you want the little tiny side on this side. Okay, and so what we're going to do, I want it like this. We're going to go up to the score line, and then I'm going to wedge this, and then up here on the top, I'm going to take this all off. So I'm going to wedge it up, and then go to the second score line and cut all the way across. You want to keep this, so what we're going to do is go down like this, and then on this one we're going to go up to the score line. I'm going to cut this little top square off, and then I'm going to wedge these. It just makes it go together better. And then over here I'm going to do the same thing. Cut off the top square and wedge these. Okay, and now let's go back to the bottom. We're just going up to the score line and wedge. I like to wedge them. It makes the box go together better. For me anyways. Okay, so there is that all done. Let me get rid of my trash real quick. Okay, so we're going to bring in our tear and tape. I have to find the end of my tear and tape. Okay, and so I like to put it on this piece. Bring in your take a pick tool, and I brush over it, and then I take the top adhesive off. It helps get the adhesive stuff off. Okay, and then I'm just gonna line this up. And attach it. Bear with me. I'm trying. There we go. And then we're going to press these two pieces in, and I'm going to lift up the top of my box, and I'm just going to add adhesive, press it down, and then remove the release paper, and we will fold this down and fold this up, giving us our box. Okay, and then we'll fold this down in there, and there's our box. Then we have a piece of designer series paper, and again I use the Shining Christmas, but you can use any. And this is 3x3. And then I just cut out a extra gingerbread man when I was doing my other card, and all I'm doing is attaching him to the front, and that will finish out our box. Okay, so let's pull in our other projects so that you can see them. There's our two boxes, and then this is our 3 cards that we created. So again, if you would like to place an order, especially don't forget the seasonal sale is going on. Today's Tuesday, it's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And that's 10% off of ribbon and twine, 15% off of ink and markers and blends, and then 20% off of paper, designer series paper, cardstock, envelopes, all that. Okay, so if you place an order that's $30 using the host code, I will send you the card kits for this coffee and cards and the project sheet. If you have any questions, leave me a comment, and thanks for joining me today.